How can someone that you love and someone that loves you break up with you? Where's the logic in that? Hey guys, this is Gabriel Santos from gfsantos.com, and in today's video I'm going to share how to deal with breakups, especially your first love. Just as a disclaimer, this is coming from my own experience and my own journey and what helped me get over my first breakup with my first love. So if you're like me, you're confused deeply, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually. You don't know what to make of the situation because this person that you loved so much with all your heart, and there was no expectation of ever breaking up. You probably expected this to last forever, really. And for it to end suddenly is a complete shock to your mind, body, and spirit. And so you don't know what to do. And your whole sense of yourself and your future and everything is completely out of whack. And you don't have any answers, right? How can this person who loves you not want to be with you? It doesn't make any sense. Especially if your definition of love revolves around, people being with you forever and never leaving you no matter what, right? And so in my journey, in my search for answers, the main question I had after my first breakup was, what is love really? Because if it's not staying together forever, then what is it really? I had to find that answer. And what I discovered is that love, as the way humans typically define it, or how it's pictured in the movies, is based off of staying together forever, or loving each other no matter what and staying together, essentially. And what I found in my studies and in my journey was a totally different answer and a totally different definition of love when it came to relationships and really people in general. And so what I discovered is that loving someone or being in love has nothing to do with ownership or possession. And what that looks like is, even if you guys break up and even if you feel the deep pain and you might even really hate this person for a little bit, beneath all of that, you still truly appreciate and love this person. And that doesn't mean, you have to be together, but it does mean that in the same way that you love, your pet or a sibling or a parent, hopefully, that you can love this person too. And that your care and love for them is much deeper than the fact that they're with you and that they stay with you and love you and give you gifts and support you, and that in fact your love for them has nothing to do with what they offer you. It has everything to do with the fact that you just love them because you love them. And I will say this, that at first, right fresh off the breakup, one way to really get yourself back up, a common way, is to engage in that energy and emotion of like, what? F that person. Like, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna get in the best shape of my life. I'm gonna get my stuff together, and I'm gonna make them regret their decision of breaking up with me. And that's a very, in my opinion, healthy way to start things out, because that's normal. Who wants to feel like a victim to someone else breaking up with them, and who wants to feel like they're unworthy or less? And so I encourage you to take that on if you're finding yourself in a place of being very sad and depressed. It's okay to be like, what, I'm gonna show them, and what will likely happen, as it did in my journey, is you'll better your life, and then you'll start to feel confident and more comfortable and used to being on your own again, where your happiness and your sense of self-worth is independent of being with this person, and you can stand on your own 2 feet again, and you can love who you are and pretty much be where you were before you met this person. Because that's what happens, is our emotional state, our psychological state, our sense of self-worth becomes attached to this person instead of it being generated and maintained for yourself, by yourself. And then you get attached, and you can no longer stand on your own 2 feet. And then over time, as you become more independent and more grounded and firm on your own life and emotional foundation, is that you can really come to appreciate this person despite what they did, despite if they broke up with you, and really tap into that space of love and appreciation without having to be together, without them having to love you or show love. And then ultimately you can let them go, and you can allow them in your own mind and heart, enjoy their life, and both of you can move on. And it can be a beautiful thing, and it doesn't have to be nasty. And who knows, maybe you guys can be friends one day, maybe someday down the line, you guys reconnect and maybe you get back together. But it doesn't matter to you. Your sense of self-worth, your sense of emotional well-being has nothing to do with if this person talks to you ever again or ever says anything kind to you ever again. You're good on your own 2 feet, and you can love them just as much as you did before, even though that dynamics between you and this person have changed. So yeah, I hope that really helps you out. That's what helped me out in my very first breakup with my girlfriend when she broke up with me. It was very heart-wrenching for sure. And very specifically, I have 2 resources that help me out that can possibly help you out in terms of finding spiritual answers to what is love really, and that can really settle some of the deep emotional traumas that you might be experiencing and help you understand what the heck just happened. So the first book is a book by OSHO, who is a philosopher / spiritual teacher. OSHO, OSHO, and the book is called Love, Freedom, and Aloneness, the Koan of Relationships. And essentially what this book helped me discover was the typical way that humans think about love and relationships and how that causes suffering, and secondly it teaches a secondary new way to view love and relationships, one that has less to do with ownership and possession and more to do with freedom and letting go and letting people be, and not constricting them to being how you want them to be, really. And so yeah, that's the first book. The second book is more so for my guys out there. It's a book by David Dita called The Way of the Superior Man, a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. For my women out there, don't be alarmed. Superior has nothing to do with being better than women. It's not a comparison of genders. Superior more so speaking to the type of man that masters himself and masters his world and his life. And so this book is highly recommended in many different industries, whether it's self-help or men's development or relationships. And what this book helped me do was understand the parts of masculine energy and masculine psychology especially behind the dynamics within relationships to the female, the feminine. And so yeah, if you're a guy who is more in touch with their feminine side, like I can be at times, and especially like I was growing up, you can often find yourself more in your emotions and maybe a little more soft, so to speak, and having less emotional backbone. Maybe you find yourself being a people pleaser. Maybe you find yourself being a little needy as well. That was the case for me. This book will give you some insight as to, you know, a way for you to develop yourself, your masculine side, such that you're more firm and stable on your own 2 feet. And that's only just the beginning, guys. This book really provides a really expansive framework for any man to understand, any boy really to understand, you know, parts of his masculinity that are missing, that if were developed could really change and bring him to that level of life and stability that he's looking for. Anyways, guys, so I'll provide a couple links below for these 2 books. One link will be an affiliate link, meaning if you use that link to buy the book, I'll get some commissions on my end as well, and I would really appreciate that if you do decide to do that. I'll also provide another link, just a general Amazon link, to the cheapest version that I can find. That way you have the option in case, you know, you want to buy the cheapest version, or you want to support me and just as like a thank you to me for providing this information to you and these resources to you. In either case, guys, I really hope that this video brought you some value today. I hope it brought you some peace of mind and a pathway to getting where you want to be. If you're really in the midst and in the pits of, you know, your first heartbreak, I feel for you. I know how painful it is and how maybe traumatic the experience is, and my heart goes out to you. And I have full confidence that, you know, moving forward, you will one day be not only on your 2 feet, but you'll be very strong and confident, and really have moved on from this place that you're in right now. Just give it some time, you know, study up a little bit, do some self-work. This is a great time for you to really go to that next level of your journey. And yeah, guys, so that's it for today. Be sure to check any of the other videos of mine that pique your interest, that are relatable to your life currently. And I'll see you guys next time. Gabriel Santos, I'll see you guys. Peace.